Come, Kajol. Do come and join us. You know, Kajol, it's such a pleasure and a privilege to have you here with us. And not least because of the amount of work that you have been doing in this field. You've been involved with Pratham, you've been involved with Siksha. Yeah. Why is this so dear to your heart? And can you tell us something about the work you've been doing? Okay, I could lecture you on it, but I'll stick to the main points of it. Feel free to lecture us. It's okay. We'll allow you. No, I don't want to really. I don't believe it's a lecture. I think it's a point of view. And I've said this again and again and again. I believe that, you know, for a country to go forward, for anything to become more than it is, education is a basic, very, very basic first step tool. And that is something that is, as they say, every child's right, every child's birthright. And that's something that if you can avoid it by simple small steps, I think that's the best thing that you can do. जैसे कहते हैं कि you know, जैसे हम लोग हमारे देश में कहते हैं, अगर हम मंदिर पास करते हैं तो मतलब 2-4 रुपए 10 रुपए निकाल के हम उसके डोनेशन बॉक्स में जरूर डालेंगे, क्योंकि हमें लगता है कि हम भगवान के लिए कर रहे हैं. लेकिन हमको इस बारे में भी सोचना चाहिए कि अगर हम भगवान हमसे ये भी मांगता है कि हम बच्चों के लिए अगर करें तो भगवान हमको और आशीर्वाद देगा. So I think it's as important as that, literally. Kajol, that's really well said. Well, Ajay is also now joining us on the line. Ajay, hi, thanks so much for joining us.
No, not at all. I'm really sorry I couldn't make it there. But, you know, for a cause like this, Kajol and myself, we always want to be there and we always will be there.
Right, Ajay, so we were just hearing Kajol explaining why education and this entire area is so crucial. You want to add something to that?
Yeah, I just believe that I think the only thing we lack in our country is education. I think you pick up any sector, any kind of problem in our country, and it boils down to lack of education. So, children need to, to grow, we need education, and that's that. And I say any solution to any problem in our country today is education.
Okay, we're getting some sort of feedback from somewhere here, which we should just be careful of. I don't know where that's coming from. We'll just try and fix the audio out here.
Yeah, that was really not funny.
Yeah, I was wondering whether there's some strange audio feedback in Yashwad's studio coming from some other shoot somewhere. So do bear with us when that's happening. Kajol, you were, of course, very closely involved with Siksha.
Yes.
What were some of the learnings from there?
Well, one of the things that seriously shocked me that when I met the whole team about Siksha, and one of the things that really shocked me was that the parents don't send their daughters to school after a certain age because of the fact that they don't have loos, that they don't have his and her loos and toilets. And I was like, that is just, it's so simple, it's so basic. And that is the reason that a child is not getting educated. I mean, that just struck me as a very, very silly reason not to, and at the same time, very pertinent. It's silly, but it's pertinent. And you would not want something just so small to come in the way of a child's education. I mean, when I send my daughter to school today, it's like, you know, you search for the best school that you can. You search for, you know, oh, do they have a good teaching system? Do they have great teachers? Do they have this? Do they have that? You know, you want to give your child the best that you can. And for something so small to stop an education, to stop the growth of a mind, I just found it so, it was just so debilitating. And it was just so sad.
Sachin, what she's saying, that's, I think, one of the features that we've been talking about in Support My School. There's that one issue, not having separate toilets for girls. And we've been to some of these schools, and the number of girls who said this, that they had to go back after 2-3 hours because they couldn't find a bathroom to go to.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate to hear that. And when we started our campaign almost close to now a couple of years ago, we spoke about this. And now we know that, you know, many schools have started making those required changes. I hope, you know, this campaign makes everyone aware of how important this can be and how important this will be in changing the future of our nation.
Right. Ajay, and, you know, the amount of money that is actually required to be able to provide these very basic facilities is not an extraordinary amount. I mean, okay, at a private level, if you're sitting and trying to do support my school, we'll do 100 schools, 200, 300 schools. We're shooting for 200 this year. But the government does have funds for education, and actually it should be possible to try and put these basic facilities into as many schools as we possibly can in a very short period of time.
See, I think funds is not an issue. Funds is, I mean, NDTV is doing such a great thing, and I'm sure everybody is ready to contribute as long as there's awareness. It's the intention, I guess. I think funds are there with the government also, but where is the intention? Where is the intention to go and check that it is being done or no? So there is a problem in the whole system. I think that system needs to be rectified. And what we can do, we will do. But apart from that, the government also has to take an initiative, which they do, I'm sure. But I think there has to be a system in place.
Kajol, you've also been working with Pratham, and there's a lot of statistics that have come out of there as to the state of education and the state of facilities. What have you found? Are things improving or no?
Things are improving. They are improving. I mean, Pratham has done a fab job. Pratham is doing a fabulous job right now as well. And, you know, they're working really hard with all the children and stuff like that. There are lots of NGOs. There are lots of NGOs that are doing their job. But these are NGOs that are not run by the government. They are not run by the people who are supposed to be running this country. So, I mean, we're speaking about Pratham, where we talked about, you know, an entire system of education. They've actually put up a different kind of learning, which I think is another fantastic thing. It's really superb. And, you know, there are all these kids. I met these kids, and they're just regular children who, you know, don't have a school to go to. And they go to these Pratham-run schools. And it's fabulous. They speak English. They speak, you know, they speak so well. They count. They do everything. And they're so very happy. When you see that, you know that somewhere down the line they're succeeding.
And the statistics we've been seeing, the minute you put some basic facilities in, the numbers of what happens...
I mean, it's a fantastic rise. I mean, just a simple thought of putting up, you know, like, I'm sure that you all have done it as well. You all have put up blackboards and things like that. Whatever a school requires, what are the requirements of a school? A school requires a certain amount of things like a blackboard, like regular stuff, like blackboards, notebooks, pencils. I mean, simple stuff like that. And if they don't have that, it comes in the way of the education process.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for Retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.